An illness that leaves otherwise healthy people bedridden is rare but prevalent here in our community. Chronic fatigue syndrome is a condition that can even make the simplest of tasks impossible.
Q2's Asia Gore is on special assignment tonight to show us how one Bozeman woman deals with a disorder that even her own doctors don't know much about.
I do digital art on my computer of my Bengal cats, and I superimpose it.
Susan Henderson's passion is art. She's created art and taught it most of her life.
All my photographs are those mountains right there.
But one day, as she instructed a class, Henderson drew a blank.
And I would just forget what I was saying. And these are young kids, and they would just look at me.
That was around 1995, right before she received the diagnosis that changed her life forever: chronic fatigue syndrome.
The thing about chronic fatigue syndrome is it kind of came on out of the blue.
Dr. Janice Fordham says CFS, a rare, poorly understood condition, leaves patients feeling exhausted both physically and mentally every minute of every day.
About 3/4 of my life is in bed, resting.
Henderson says a trip to the grocery store, even a long conversation, can leave her bedridden. It's a reality that's hard to bear.
I have to give myself permission to stop and get in bed and rest.
The exhaustion, which is typically accompanied by sore throat and irritability, is not the only frustrating part.
People don't understand. It's experiential.
Henderson says her own family has suggested the illness is all in her head.
I had one person say, you know, if you just were spiritual enough and just turned it over, you know, you'd get better.
And her condition can't be backed up with blood work.
When you come to the doctor's office, you want to get a diagnosis that has data to back it up. And this is one of those illnesses where we don't have a lot of information and we're still learning a lot about.
I don't look sick. And I hide it. My thing is I'm letting go of this urgent need to make other people understand.
Fortunately, some people do understand. Henderson has a support network she connects with by phone.
Hi, Risa.
Hey, Susan, how you doing?
I'm good.
There's no known cause or cure and no one-size-fits-all treatment. And in some medical communities, even no support.
Well, I think the problem is just that there's not been a scientific study that says this links this problem and this is treatment.
The illness is a mystery, one that leaves CFS patients searching for clues.
How do I live with that so that I don't have to get so dark, so hopeless? Tears.
Her diagnosis is, in many ways, a puzzle with missing pieces. But through her connections with CFS patients,
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Henderson finds a different kind of peace.
And Asia joining us now. Asia, you took a walk up a hill, it looked like there. How was this interview on her?
Well, I spoke with her this morning, and that whole conversation lasted about 45 minutes between us. She said she was thoroughly exhausted, and I even noticed that toward the end of our conversation that she was losing steam. She spent several hours resting after that and did some meditation to recover. She told me that she wants other patients out there to know that there are support groups across the state so they don't have to feel alone.
All right. Thanks, Asia.
Thank you.
Sad situation.